Artlysium Exposed, episode 5. Motherfucking, episode 5 I wanted to dedicate to battle rap because I jumped into battle rap blindly. I didn't know really what the fuck battle rap was. I've always seen like different random battles and shit, but I never watched it, never tried to understand it. You know, it's kind of like a person looking at a football game or a basketball game, just looking at it like, okay, I understand what's going on. But when you sit there and you watch it and you understand it, like, oh shit, I understand what the fuck going on. So yeah, I didn't do that shit. So my first battle I watched was it's a long time ago. It was Solomon the Crow versus B-Time. I was at that Brewster's event. It was like a Donald production or something like that, and they were having like open mic, so I was gonna perform and shit, and then they told me that I couldn't perform. Some shit happened, and so I had some people there that was gonna see me perform, so they didn't get to see me. It was kind of fucked up. That's how I remember the night. And then later on in that same event, they had the battle rap shit at the end of it, and that was the first battle I've ever seen was in live. It was B-Time versus Solomon the Crow, and it was a dope ass battle. And then like right after that battle, True called out KOC, and he was just going off like spitting a whole round at him or some shit. It was crazy. And that's when I was like, damn, what the fuck is this shit? What's the fuck going on? Like this shit is like this shit is scripted or like what the fuck? It was like, you know, just live action. So I was like, okay. So I started paying attention. So that's when I started looking it up and shit. But that was my first experience with Southern Slang Battle League. And so from there, years later, I fucking used to, well, throughout the time I was watching it, my homeboy Marlon battles, and I was like, okay, I remember battling Marlon at Jacoby house one time, where we were like just fucking around freestyling and shit, and my cousin Dustin was like, I got my money on Bill, Little Bills, they just call me and shit, this stupid shit. But you know, it's just, you know, nicknames that it was just created in high school. It was just random shit. But I used to flip it and be like, Brian is living life and shit. So it was cool. But anyway, nigga. So so battle rap was funny. Marlon had said some shit like I was like, I had said some fire shit. I thought like, yo, I got this shit, and that nigga came back with some run up in the White House, flip the lights out, stick my dick up in the dyke mouth and strike out. And I was like, oh shit. It was like the way he said the shit, it was like everybody went crazy. So it was like, oh, when he went started. So that's why I used to know he could spit. Then like years later, there was somebody who got signed to like Ryder County. And that's like, you know, that was back when we were still in high school and shit. So he been repping that shit for a minute. Or probably it was like right before like our first year of college or some shit, but definitely right in like around that time. But anyway, after that shit, we motherfucking pretty much we I waited a long time, and then I finally hit up Camo, and I was like, hey, I wanna battle. And he was like, okay, we'll get you set up. Have I battled before? Like, no, I ain't never battled before. So hit him up and said I wanted to do it, and then he said cool. So I battled Nexusy. Was my first battle. That shit was crazy. I battled that nigga Nexusy in my first battle. It was a crazy ass battle. Like, I can give like a recap of the battle real quick. So I was kind of for sure how to practice for this shit. I ain't never battled before, and I was starting to watch battles and shit. So I had like an idea. It was pretty much to talk shit about your opponent. I knew that part. So I was like, okay, so watching all these different battles, I understand the concept. So I got that part down packed. Talk shit about your opponent. Check. So other than that, I didn't know how to really set up the way I was going to do it. I just knew that's what I was going to do. So I came to that bitch ready to talk about him any way I could. And it turned out okay, honestly, because I said like maybe like 70% of what I had written. I had so much more shit that I didn't say because I didn't practice it in a way that I could actually say it. I just had a whole bunch of shit. I was just like, man, if I could say just half of this shit, I'd probably be okay. And so that's how I came into it. It was like, I know I'm gonna lose because what I was telling everybody, I was like, shit, he already older than me. That's what I was telling everybody. So, and I watched a lot of his videos, listened to his album. I was like, okay, so nigga can spit. So depending on, this is his first battle too, but depending on his experience and how much battle rap he's watched, he would have a better idea on how to approach it. So me not having neither one, I was like, I don't got that much experience and I ain't got no experience watching battle rap, so I'm already knowing it's gonna be an L. So I coming into it knowing I'm gonna lose. I'm like, fuck it, I'm still gonna spit and these niggas gonna remember that Artlysium they never gave a fuck. And I still don't, and I was born not to, and that's just who I am. I don't give a fuck what none of these niggas say. Shit don't bother me, so that's why they talk shit, but it don't, I like that shit. This shit, what's up? I enjoy that shit. So yeah, so that battle was crazy. Like, I think some of my best bars were freestyled, but I said I would like cut his heart out, paint the walls with it since we're in the house of art or some shit. It was a whole bunch of crazy shit I said in that battle, but it was dope. Definitely one of those good breakout moments for me because I knew I could do it. Like, I know I could battle rap, I just don't know exactly what I'm doing. And so when I was doing all the promotion and shit, we were motherfucking going back and forth, and I had some shit, man. I had it planned and I didn't do what I had planned. Like, I really was going to not say too much, and when I found that picture of him doing with the little holding his nipples and shit, I was like, man, I should just print this shit out big like I did, like that nigga Bo did versus Crow in that battle, and just have a picture that's embarrassing and then show everybody at the battle, and I would, it'd be like so devastating that he wouldn't be able to overcome it. And that was my plan, but after he had posted some shit, it was like he didn't know who I was, some type of video, some type of dude. And I was like, you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna go ahead and post it. And I posted that shit, and tell me what, after I posted that shit went like viral, so to speak, and everybody was sharing that shit, and it was just like, that shit was stupid. And then that motherfucker was like, is the battle over with? Battle over with? And I was getting niggas add me as friend requests and all kind of shit. I don't know what, none of these motherfuckers. And everybody was adding me and shit, and I was like, man, what the fuck? So, yeah, that shit was crazy. So after that shit, I was like, okay, so I already know this nigga pissed off now. Now that this picture is out and it's in a bad context, I'm like, I know this nigga pissed off, and we got maybe like 5 or 6, maybe like 7 days before the battle. So I was like, damn, it's way too much time. It's kind of like giving that nigga Tom Brady like way too much time left on the clock. That's what I was thinking. Like, damn, why did I post that shit? And I really could save that shit to the day of. You know what I mean, or during the battle. So once that shit was already done, I was like, damn, one of my secret weapons is now gone. I had that bitch in the holster, and I shot that bitch too soon. I hit him in the leg, and I stabbed him in the head. So when we got to the battle, I didn't even bring the motherfucking picture because I felt like it was already, already used. But everybody was like, you should have brought it anyway. So maybe I could have, pulled it back out. But I didn't. I didn't even bring it. I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna use these words that I got. So, yeah, that's me attempting to use a gimmick or a prop and failing without using the prop because I posted it on the internet. So I was like, yep, I'm not going to do that again. If I have some real good shit, I'm just going to bring it. But anything else, it was okay. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, shit, we was going to spit, and he's going to be disrespectful, I was going to be disrespectful. And it was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this shit for a little while just to see what's what. So alright, so after that battle, the next battle I got set up with was like not too much longer later, maybe like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 months later, and then I battled Boom. When I battled Deontay Boom. So when I battled Deontay Boom, I was super focused. I was like, I prepared. Then they canceled the event and pushed it back, and I like prepared even more. I started like, just doing all kind of preparation, things to get you prepared to battle. I was doing everything that you can imagine. And so once I got prepared for the battle, I knew it was a win. I was like, shit, he's no way he can beat me. So I'm started talking mad shit. I was just talking all kind of shit. So they got a lot of other people mad. So this is a time in battle rap where I will talk about everybody else. And then maybe I'll do some Q&A later. So it's a certain type of environment when you battle rap. You have the hecklers, you have the haters, you have the socially important, and you have those who are actually active battlers with experience. And so then you have those who have no experience, and then you have some that have some experience but has never really took it serious enough to take it to a level of importance. So that's the way it breaks down. You got all these different categories of people who battle rap, but they don't know exactly what will happen with their career. It's kind of like up in the air. It's kind of like, you know, something could happen, but they don't know. So it's like a fairy tale. So for me, I'm looking at it like, okay, so hard work pays off, and then sometimes it doesn't, just depending on where you're from and who looks at your work. So you're really dependent on someone else's eye, or, you know, and it's possible, because if you're great, you're great. It can't be denied, and it will move, and that's just the way things are. So so the best thing you could do is just keep putting in work. Keep putting in work. People will see it, and eventually you'll move up, because, you know, if not, then you're just not putting in the right work. So people talk shit on there, on the group and shit, and it's funny as fuck. Like, you never know what may be posted and shit, what may pop up, what niggas may be thinking about, what niggas are feeling like. And so I posted a freestyle dissing the league, telling everybody, putting them on notice right when I was battling Nexus. Right after I battled Nexus, and niggas was saying I was trash and all kind of shit, saying I talk too much shit, and it was funny, because all of them motherfuckers really know that I ain't give a fuck about none of that shit they was saying. So that's why they had to say more shit, because you have to say more shit to a nigga like me, because it really don't matter whatsoever. So it was to the point where they couldn't control it, so they were just in their feelings. And I understood it. I was like, okay, so I done pissed them off, because I have not tapped out whatsoever, and I'm not backing down. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these people, because I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I was like, shit, I came in my first battle, pistol in the car, loaded. I was like, fuck it. And the next battle, same way. So I'm like, the third battle, same way. I was like, shit, every battle, niggas really getting their feelings. I ain't trying to fight none of these niggas. None of these niggas is really faster than me, so they can't catch me. So they can't stop me from getting to my car. So ain't none of these niggas really able to be as elusive as I am. So I'm gonna get to my shit regardless. So, you know, so I ain't give a fuck. So, anyway. But yeah, so the battle was definitely intense. So I beat Boom, landslide. Everything I had prepared was fucking, it was fire. KT, I was unprepared. I was not focused, and I didn't really care. I was just kind of like, you know, at this point, I'm not trying to make a career out of this shit, and I kind of, you know, don't want to continue, if that makes sense. It was to the point where I was looking at the sport like, okay, so battle rap is a big ball of bullshit where, you know, you really are hopeful that somebody sees your work, and you make it, and you get opportunities, and those who do get opportunities are great. I'm not downing them, but I do feel like it's just like the industry in a way, because your check is determined basically on how you promote yourself. And, you know, you spend a lot of money doing that before you actually get big. So, you know, that's why I did it. I was like, why should I battle rap? What would be the benefit for me? Benefit for me is people didn't think I could rap. People didn't think I could perform. People didn't think that I even had what I had in me. And people who did know, they already knew that was in me from the get-go. Because I've been in plenty of fights and I ain't never backed down from nobody. Ain't nobody bullied me in my entire life. And in any instance where I felt like it was something that it wasn't, it was only because of decisions had to be made. And so I've always fought back in any situation. So, alright, so the battle with KT. The battle with KT, he was talking about my hair and shit. So I beat KT, man. I don't care what nobody say. With me freestyling like the whole second half of my round and still getting crowd reaction, I beat KT. I beat KT purely off the fact that I freestyled the second half of my round and got more crowd reaction than he did in this whole round. The most crowd reaction he had in this whole round was because Rob hyped him up. And Rob just hyped him up because he knew KT was born and he knew the shit he knew the shit wasn't gonna work. He was sitting there like, this nigga getting outdone by that shit, and I was like, yep. I told y'all niggas I was gonna have performance at. I'm a prophet, man. Cause I knew the nigga was gonna talk about my hair, so I was like, shit, I'm bald headed, I'm LeBron James, killing the game. I did miss one fire bar that I didn't say, and that kind of like could have changed the outcome. But I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna use it in my next battle. But I should have used that one. That one would have chambered him. But the fact that when I went to go see Camo, I had like a whole different ending to everything that I rap. Like it was set up way differently. What fucked me up was the fact that I was trying to go slower and I had practicing shit fast as fuck. I was like, just spitting that shit, going through it, hitting the one, hit the two, bam, 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 bam. And then when I went to go see Camo, I was like, okay, I was, practicing how to slow it up and like trying to hit these bars and trying to set shit up and shit. So I was like, going through the motion. We did some good shit. Like I set some of them up just like we practiced and how, the shit was and how I had already written it and shit. And then shit went left because I forgot how I transitioned from one thing to another right at the beginning. And like everything else kind of transitioned perfectly. When I went back and I read what I wrote based off what I believe that I watched, and then I recorded it, so I watched this shit. And I was like, damn, I said like maybe like 90% of what I said, what I wrote, but I said it out of order, and I had to freestyle the left of it because that 10% that I didn't say was my whole ending. So I guess it was like maybe like 50% because like shit, the whole ending was freestyle. I was like, that nigga, I made them niggas Cash Money millionaires because I was like, that nigga B-Time from New Orleans and shit. And I was like, okay, so I had the bar that I told Camo earlier was the bar I told Camo earlier was this is your funeral or something like that. I was like nah, I didn't tell Camo that shit. That's what I'm saying. That shit was freestyle. I was sitting there trying to think like, damn, that shit was freestyle. So what I said was, Birdman, Camo. I was like, that nigga B-Time from New Orleans. So it made me think of Lil Wayne. I was like, okay, so I'm trying to tell this nigga that he dead. So I was thinking like in the middle of the battle, you can see my face. I'm sitting there like I'm really thinking of some shit. And I was like, this nigga, B-Time BG, this nigga Camo, he Birdman, that nigga County Line, he Slim, and that nigga Pat B, he gotta be Juvie, cause he was the first to go. That mean KT, he Lil Weezy, cause it's time for his funeral. I was like, ugh, that shit fire, so it's freestyle. Just because I was trying to set it up for him to be Wayne and funeral, cause I was like, funeral album. Lil Wayne, he looked like Lil Wayne. I didn't want to just be like, nigga, you look like Lil Wayne. It's time for your funeral. So I was like, shit, how can I set it up? Like how the nigga was telling me just go slow. So I was like, okay, well, I'm Cash Money millionaire and shit all in my mouth going fast. I was like, this nigga Birdman, this nigga boom, 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 set this shit up. So I was like, freestyle. and I got crowd reaction a little bit. And then the next thing was when I started talking about his daddy, because I had lost my ending. My ending was gonna be like destroying your entity, Illuminati. It was a whole bunch of shit that I was supposed to say. It was like with Tupac and some more shit. So I was like, okay, so let's end this shit however I can, but don't stop. Because I just got through watching that nigga Boom stop. I'm like, why the nigga stop rapping? He was battling Kano. So I was like, nah, nigga, I'm not gonna stop rapping. Even if I forget my shit, I'm not gonna stop rapping. So I showed up late, recorded that shit, and filmed my own battle. So I had somebody else man the camera, but I filmed all the battles and I motherfucking performed. And it was fire, bro. I think I'll beat that nigga. And then like the part where I was talking about his dad, man, it's because I heard that song. I heard a song that nigga posted. It was like leather to my father or some shit. And it was like maybe the day before or the day of. I can't remember when I heard it. Maybe that morning. Cause I was just looking for like last minute shit. And it was like I listened to it. I was like, damn, this nigga on the song crying and shit about about not having his daddy and shit. And I was thinking like, damn, that shit crazy. Cause you know, all the moments me and my dad had and shit, and all the shit he taught me, and you know, why I'm so solid, and you know, all that shit. Like all through my life, I ain't never been played like no hoe, ever. That's why I don't give a fuck about nobody. I'm like, shit, nigga, I'm gonna ride for me. That's what he taught me. Is ride for yourself, nigga. Even if your homies don't ride, nigga, you ride, nigga. That's what you supposed to do. So that's why ain't nobody ever fuck with me. Like shit, I always gonna back myself up. I ain't running for no backup, nigga. For real, shit. If I talk my shit, I'm gonna back it up. That's for real. And that's why I ain't never running looking for nobody to talk shit for me, and I ain't never looking for nobody to back up none of the shit I say. I really expect to be by myself. So shit, that's why. But so I was heard that shit and I was like, you know what? If worst scenario, I'm gonna have to fucking come up with some kind of fire ass round about this shit. And I just didn't have the time to prepare it. Like I was gonna have my whole like it was gonna be some fire bars about not having his father. Like I was thinking about like the Austin Powers shit when the dude was singing about not having his daddy, like, and then it was like, you know, the Hey Arnold shit, he was looking for his parents and shit. I had a whole bunch of little fire shit that I was gonna just throw together about him not having a dad and shit. And then like Baby Boy and like how the nigga was talking about him, Melvin was beating his mama ass and shit. And I didn't get to none of that shit. All I got to say was, I was like, while my daddy was out working 2 jobs, your daddy was out cross-dressing and dressing with trannies. I was like, I don't know where the fuck this shit came from. I was like, when motherfuckers watch this, all them communities gonna be mad. But it's okay, because I told a nigga, I was like, this is not the battle you gonna be able to use for promotion. So I doubt that nigga be out there promoting that battle, because I talk some shit. Well, I talk some shit. Well, he was talking about my bottle smash and shit, man. So I had to talk about it not having no daddy and shit, why they made him a pussy and shit. I said his stepdaddy was sneaking in the room taking advantage of him. It was like, oh shit, going crazy. And I was freestyling all of this shit. Cause I had forgot what I was gonna say at the end. And I was just like, nigga, I don't give a fuck what I say. I was sipping this shit too. I was like, I know I ain't prepared enough to even know what the fuck I was gonna say. I knew it, nigga. I knew it when I walked in there. I was like, nigga, I've been grinding, doing all kind of shit, doing other shit that make me money. So I'm like, I can't see myself battle rapping and investing all this energy and getting all worked up and talking all this shit just to be like, I ain't even make nothing from this shit. I'm going home, ain't no money in my pocket. I'm not used to that shit. I'm like, I got this footage though, so I guess it's a reward to have the footage and being able to just, you know, express yourself. Cause I don't give a fuck, and I could do that shit. Like, I could battle rap. niggas say what they want to. I feel like I got 3 wins. I think I beat that nigga Ecstasy just because I was spontaneous. I outperformed that nigga too though, cause technically Ecstasy performed cause he did the whole take a picture with the corpse and shit, and he performed. So yeah, it was a fucking hell of a battle, and we did good. Like it was a classic, and so okay, but boom, I blasted, and then that nigga KT I blasted. Now KT had some fire shit, but it was boring, but it was fire. Hell no. Do the eyes like the nigga chill. Nigga eyes be bug as fuck. I'm like, damn. And niggas talking about bald heads. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go bald like the nigga Chip. So maybe I can tap into some shit. Go bald like the nigga County Line. Be roasting the niggas for real. But it don't matter to me. Nigga, such a slang battle, they bring your motherfucking bars, nigga. Artlysium, man. Artlysium motherfucking a winner, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I didn't did what I was supposed to do. I actually worked hard on every battle. Prepared. Didn't have no training. I understand that shit now though, but I've never been like no punchline rapper. I've never been the type to just, came up with fire shit. Like I always just rapping what was on my mind. So when I was sitting there and I was studying this shit and looking at this shit, I was like, this shit really simple. And it's really complex at the same time, but you would have to put in that time to make it right. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to dedicate the amount of time that's going to be needed because I'm writing scripts and books and shit. So I'm like, shit, I know for a fact I can get paid from this shit. I know for a fact that shit has a royalty setting, and my sons and sons and sons could always be like, hey, you can buy this and sell it. It's always a commerce that they can use. And so, yeah, I don't know how they would sell my battle. But, oh shit. But yeah, that's episode 5, Artlysium Exposed Battle Rap. So yeah, I'm a battle rapper, man, and I probably do a couple more battles. I'm not against it. I'm not saying that I really was just gonna retire after I didn't beat KT. I knew I was gonna beat KT, so it was just a publicity stunt. I was like, you know what? I'm trying to hype this shit up to the max. So let niggas know that if I lose, I'm not gonna do this shit no more. Which I had already planned on not doing this shit no more. You know what I mean? Because I feel like shit, if I lose, I lose. It don't matter. But I was like, I already planned on not doing this shit no more because I had already knew I got a stage play coming up. I gotta get Inclination done, edited, out into the world. I got an album. I got 2 albums actually that I'm working on. I got features with people, and it's hard work getting people on songs with you and doing videos, and don't have time to be battle rapping. That's what True was like. Shit, I'm doing important shit, and yeah, it's factual, man. Battle rap is only important to those who are dedicated. And if you're not dedicated to nothing, then you shouldn't do it because you're just wasting time. And that's what I felt like. So, yeah. That's why Artlysium don't battle no more. But it was fun, though. I talk my shit. And the end, like I ended, it was even better. Because, niggas, I got 3 good battles in. And they all 3 debatable. You can't say I just lost, flat out lost. You can say that I battled. And so, and if I do come back, I'm going to come back with a new name and everything. And I'm going to be fire. But Artlysium Exposed episode 5 is episode 5. Battle rap.